Welcome to Vlogging with Lucifer. Today's topic, Vanille Q&A. Hey everyone, Lucifer here with a new Q&A vlog. This time about Vanille, who is in the corner here. Again, as I did with the Hope Q&A, I asked for questions on Facebook, and I gotta tell you, no one disappointed me this time. They didn't disappoint me last time either. Um, there's a lot of questions to get through, so let's get started, shall we? First up is from Claire. What's Vanille's best role? Okay. So I had this question about Hope, as you all remember. So Vanille's best role, personally, is Saboteur. There is a reason for that, but due to the fact that it is spoilers, I can't give too much away. But those who obviously have completed the game, who know that part, know why I say it's Saboteur, but she gets a certain move in Saboteur that no one else gets. It's like her ultimate, shall we say. Only Vanille gets it, and it lands in her Saboteur role, which makes that her best role. It takes a while to get to that point because you have to go through so much. Um, Same with everybody else's, really. No one gets, they all get to that part together, so that is Vanille's best role due to that one spell, which is extremely useful against certain enemies. Okay, moving on. This one is from Eclair and Sparky. What do you like and what do you hate about Vanille? Okay, what I like about Vanille, and I've said this in the playthrough, is her positive attitude to almost everything. Um, it takes a lot to get Vanille down. It takes a lot to get Vanille depressed. Um, we're not up to that part, but we are getting close to the parts where you find out about a little more about Vanille. I'm not going to give anything away at all because, as I say, everything I do spoiler free for those who've never seen it or never played it. What do I dislike about Vanille or hate about Vanille? Pardon me. I don't know, to be honest. There's not really anything I hate about Vanille. I mean, okay. I guess I hate sometimes the fact that she can be slow in healing. I kind of hate that, and sometimes Hope has the same issue, and Lightning in her medic role, she sometimes has the same issue where they don't heal the leader of the party. Like, for example, Snow could be on 1,000 health, and then someone like Saz could be on 3,000 health, or less. Actually, no, that's a bad example. Okay, so Snow could be on 1,000 health, and Saz could be on 1,500 health. So like 500 health more than Snow. And you could be using Snow as your leader. I personally don't because I don't, unless I have to, because I don't personally like using Snow as a leader. But anyway, besides the point. Um, I guess I hate the fact that she would sometimes prioritize Saz over Snow. And as we've all seen, if your leader dies, then it's game over. So it kind of annoys me the fact that she does that. I mean, as I say, Lightning sometimes does it. There has been occasions where I've been forced to use Hope in a three-person team. He's done the same thing. So I guess it kind of annoys me the way that she does that. Um, and sometimes, like, if you're using her, if you're not using her as your leader, so she's basically computer controlled, when you put her in a saboteur role, she could sometimes be, you could be attacking something and need her to put D-Protect on or D-Shell on it, and she's too busy putting D-Shell or D-Protect on the target you're not even targeting yet. That kind of gets annoying. So yeah, so it's just little things about her roles that annoy me. As a character, I love Vanille. She's like my fourth favorite character, just after Saz. Um, But yeah, it's just small things like that that just kind of annoy me, really. Moving on. Now, okay. No, we'll answer that question last because I have to explain something first before that question. Because there's a lot. Someone asked a question, and there's an explanation to why that question was posed, which I will get to at the end. So we're gonna do their question last. They asked another question, but I do apologize. Um, I had to take it out because of spoilers, but if anyone missed the opportunity to ask me Vanille related questions, as I did with the Hope Q&A, if you have any more, or we get to that point where we've completed the game and I decide to ask anyone for any different questions about post game, like at the end game stuff, then I will add that on. I will make sure I save it somewhere. I will add that on and do another Q&A where we know more about the characters so you guys can ask me different questions, and people who are new to the channel who see this and want to post comments in the section below with some questions that they may want to ask, then by all means do so, and we will do a second Q&A on these, where I will add all them questions in. I do like doing these, but yeah, that's the plan. So we're gonna move on to a different question quickly. This one is from Sugo, who asked a really interesting question last time for the Hope one. So Sugo asks, why was Vanille so annoying in the first game? Again, this comes back to the previous question of why I hated Vanille. Um, it's simply because of the fact that she doesn't always do what you need her to do. But to be fair, all the characters is that way. Snow sometimes doesn't do what you need him to do. Vanille doesn't do what you need her to do. That's why she can get it really annoying. She's not as annoying as Hope because Vanille can last a lot longer in a fight. I believe her defense is higher than Hope's. I know her health is. I believe Hope actually has the lowest health in the game. I know Snow has the highest health, but I'll talk about that. If anyone asks me about that, I'll talk about that in the Snow Q&A, and even if they don't, I'll talk about that in a different Q&A. But yeah, Vanille, basically, the only reason she was annoying for most people is because of the fact that she doesn't always do what you want her to do. It's very, very annoying. Um, so I think that's one of the main reasons people find her annoying. It's one of the main reasons I find her annoying. Okay, another question from Sparky. What did you think of her Idolan? Now, as we know, Lightning and Snow have their Idolans. Um, and because they are Lassie and the other characters are Lassie, like Saz is a Lassie, Hope's a Lassie, and Vanille is a Lassie, it's obvious that they all get Idolans. What did I think of Vanille's Idolan? Pretty useless, to be honest. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't deal damage as highly as the others. It's annoying to use. It's just I don't know. We're coming up to an Adolan fight in the main playthrough. So you guys get to see how they work. But the trick with Eidolon fights is you are supposed to link their abilities together to do the most damage. Now, when it comes to Vanilles, it's hard to, well, it's hard for me personally to figure out how to link its attacks so that it does the most damage, which is why I find Vanille's Eidolon the most annoying one to use. Well, second most annoying to use. I find Hope's the most annoying to use, but then again, I don't really find Hope really useful to use. I don't use him. Um, but when I have used Vanille's Eidolon, I just don't like it. I don't like how the moves into Link. I don't know how their moves into Link. And I just don't feel like it does as much damage as everybody else's. So that's mainly the reason why I don't like her Eidolon, and that's my personal thoughts on it. I'd like to hear everybody else's thoughts on her Eidolon, for anyone who does know, and obviously when we get to that part with her Eidolon, I'm not gonna say much about it. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But when we get to that point, if you guys have any thoughts on her Eidolon and you remember well, you could either comment on that video and you can comment on this one. I really don't mind. It's up to you guys. So yeah, I did say, as everyone would remember, I hope, that there was a thing about another question. Now, I'm gonna quickly have to open up Notepad where I have it saved. Um, so this is an explanation that leads into the question, and to be fair, and I want to thank Sani, whose question this is. I want to thank them for letting me know this because I didn't know this information. And I'm really grateful that they let me know this information when they asked me the question. Um, because if they'd have just asked the question without this information, I don't really think I could give a full positive answer and give the answer that they were looking for. So we're gonna read this quickly. Okay. So I have to sit forward a bit. Sorry about that. Vanille. She gets a lot of hate from Final Fantasy 13 fans and haters alike. The most complaints about her are about her weird accent. Some people say it is inconsistent, some say it is weird. Some say it is annoying. Vanille's voice actor is actually Australian, and her pronunciations actually are like that. Yeah, I've heard Australians talk. They do pronounce things a little different to everybody else. They're not that difficult to understand, which is helpful. It's like my accent. I hope people don't have difficulty understanding my accent. I'm from Britain. I live in Liverpool. So the Scouse accent, some people may find it really difficult to understand, and it's been said that the people from Liverpool, from my area basically, we talk fast. Some people find that we talk fast, but for the Let's Plays, because I know it goes all around the world, I do tend to slow my speak down a little bit, um, just so that you guys and girls don't have any trouble to understanding me a little better. And it doesn't seem like I'm just rushing through things, because I don't like doing that. It's like why my playthroughs for everything, I don't really like rushing through them. That's why I tend to take my time with certain parts, and those parts that need explaining, I take my time to explain it because I want you guys to feel the full experience. But yeah, let's get back to this. So she was told to mimic the Japanese voice actor in terms of vocals, sorry, instead of using her own voice. I have heard her in an interview. She is very fun to listen to. So their question to me, this is Sani's question to me was, what do you think about her voice and the direction they took with it? Is it good that they took this mimic the Japanese voice actor approach, or should they have done something else or left it to the voice actor? Okay. Um I think they should have left it to the voice actor. I personally don't understand why they told her to mimic the Japanese voice actor. Um I don't think they asked any of the others to do that. I don't understand why they asked Vanille's voice actors to do that. It's weird. It doesn't make sense to me personally. Um, I don't think they should have said that because, as we all know, that as you can no doubt tell, it seems forced. It seems like she's forcing herself to do that, and it doesn't. I think that's probably why it sounds a bit weird to people because you can tell it's forced. Um, And it's wrong to force someone to speak a different way to how they're used to speaking, just so you can sell a video game. It doesn't seem right to me. That I mean, they probably had other reasons behind that, but that's how I view it. I view it as they should have let the voice actor have more control on how their voice went. It's like with the I'm gonna reference Overwatch here. It's like if Overwatch characters were forced to speak in a different way to the way they usually speak, you could tell it was forced, and it just wouldn't seem right to me personally. Um, but finding out that Vanille's voice actress is Australian, I never knew that information, and I'm very grateful for Sani to let me know that because I never knew. And listening to her voice, you can hear how much she had to drop the Australian accent, because it is a very prominent accent. Anyone who knows the Australian accent knows that it's a very prominent accent. So it must be very difficult to learn how to sort of mimic a Japanese voice accent, I guess you could say. Um, and especially for something as strong as an Australian accent, to be able to do that, that is extremely good voice acting on her part. But I truly think that she should have said, well, I'm Australian and I want to speak with my original accent. Um, and I think she should have said that, but I'm so glad that um, she was able to do the voice in the first place. That she didn't just say, well, find somebody else. That she was professional enough to say, okay, let's do it. I do think it was wrong that they didn't give her full control on the voice she wanted to give Vanille, but I guess when it comes down to in the recording, if it didn't sound right to Square Enix, then they have the right to ask her to do it. She doesn't have to, but obviously she decided that she wanted to do that. Um, and we still got a great game out of it. But as I say, she should have just stuck to what she was comfortable doing. And let's be honest, if we'd have heard Vanille with an Australian accent, that would have been pretty cool, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, so there you have it. This has been the Vanille Q&A. Hopefully, like it was with the Hope Q&A, I do hope that this was informative, that you all got the answers you were seeking. As I say, if you guys want to see any more Q&As about Vanille late after we've completed the game, if anybody new to the channel has any comments that they want to has any questions they want to ask, comment below. Um, for those of you who know me from Facebook, if you can't comment on this video, then by all means comment on whatever page you found me on in Facebook. Let me know more questions that you want to hear. As I say, Sani, I will get to your other question in a different video, even if I have to throw it in with later characters Q&A, but it may be related to both of them anyway, so I don't mind doing that. It won't sully anybody's Q&A, and obviously you still get your question answered, and I appreciate your question. As I say, if it wasn't going to cause spoilers, I would have answered it in this video. I had a comment from from a friend on the last Q&A, on the Hope Q&A that I did. She asked me to do lightning. So next time we're going to do a lightning Q&A. I will be posting about that on Facebook soon, asking for questions. But if anybody is on the channel who has any questions for me about lightning, uh, who has seen this video, then by all means comment them below. I will add them onto the video. But for now, I have been your host Lucifer. This has been a Vanille Q&A, and yeah, I will see you all in the next either game or we will see you in the next Q&A vlog. So thank you so much for watching. Sell your soul to that like button if you liked what you saw, if the answers you got were really what you wanted, and we will see you in the next Q&A. So bye now.